This is some of the annoying stuff you find when you go to collect. Duckweed, sometimes, I mean, it's so thick it can get inches thick. If you try to raise Daphne in a pond or something, the duckweed just steals the energy from the sun and doesn't allow it to get down to actually grow algae for the Daphne to eat. So usually, if it covers with duckweed, you're not going to get much production out of a hair algae. That'll ruin a pond, really. I've had plenty of ponds that got ruined. It's just a pain to have, you know. Hydra will eat fry and stuff. They'll eat all your newly hatched brine shrimp if you get a bunch of them in there. Luckily, there's this chemical called flubendazole, something like that. I think it's for fish flukes or something like that. And so you can buy it where they sell pond supplies. Somebody familiar with it? But anyway, it'll kill Hydra. There's like a pattern you can run so that if you're like stirring up the bottom, you don't go back over the same area. So normally I do like a figure 8, and then that kind of pulls everything from around into the area where I'm collecting. So I'll do a figure 8 with the net, you know, or just like a long sweep. But if you have stuff that's on the surface that you don't want to have go down into the column that you're collecting, you just do this star pattern. You kind of go up, and you're not going back over the same area. And you do like a steady, like, stroke with the net or whatever. So when I lived I lived next to Bedminster. I knew all the police there because I worked at I ran their sewage treatment plant at Bedminster back then. You know, if you're really serious about doing it, I usually have like a small net. I think we might be able to see this, right? This is something you can pick up in like a, I don't know, Walmart, right? In the toy section or something. It's a butterfly net. Now these are too large for Daphnia, basically. Glassworms would be fine, but if you really want to use that, it's probably too coarse for Daphnia. They'd go right through. So what I recommend is you go to Home Depot or Lowe's and you get these paint strainers. Go in the paint department and you get a paint strainer. They've got to be like $2 or something for 2 of them, or $1 for 1. And that's kind of what they look like right there. Anyway, so sometimes you find it, like you don't know where the deep end is or whatever for the pond. So you check a couple places. Sometimes you just can dip in there, and there you go, you found Daphnia. So figure 8 motion is what I talked about before. That just brings anything up from the bottom. Sometimes you don't want to do that. But, you know, if you're just checking it, you just want to jump out, you want to check it. All right, it works. You know, there's Daphnia there. Now I'll go over here and I'll ask permission. You know, can I collect some food from the pond in the back? And usually it's like, what pond? You know, the pond that's in the back. All right, here you go. Here's my list of where I found live food. There's been a lot of times when I worked at a power plant in Northampton, and it was built on the property of a Atlas cement factory, and this was a massive facility back around the turn of the century. You know, like it was huge. It was probably like the size of some cities around here. You know, like some towns. And anyway, they had a whole water treatment plant just for the cement plant. You know, and I counted 26 tanks. They were like from 10 foot across, circular concrete tanks, to like 200 feet across. Some of these were massive. And anyway, in the beginning, there was like 6 tanks. I could drive like down this driveway, pull right up to them, open my car door, and step right out to where the tank was. That's how easy it was. So on the way home from work, I just stopped there, collect my Daphnia for the fish. This is a great time to find ponds in the woods while you're driving along. Abandoned swimming pools is another place. Here's one plant I worked at Bedminster. Then they upgraded the plant. This was it's 1.1 million gallon, so 100,000 gallon plant. This was a tank they had as a surge tank for storm events, 125,000 gallons. So when the plant got abandoned, that became a Daphnia pond, you know. So there I am. It was really cool because it had aerators I could actually turn on, you know. So that was pretty cool to stir up the bottom and whatnot. Now this is the plant I currently work at. These are the active, that's the active reactors there. And this was, they last used these at the end of the 90s, something like that. But you could still, they still had water in them, you know. So I was thinking when I started working there, well, when I get a chance, I'm going to check to see if they have Daphnia, and they did. Maybe that's what we can end on anyway. This is how I used to do it. I had a net that, you know, now I kind of carry these nets, and I just use a pole. My friend Dave Ramsey took this picture. He's outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And it's pretty much what it looks like. That's pretty much it. You just go back and forth like that. This particular pond, they didn't swarm. They were just, you know, so I kind of had to go through the column. Some of the ponds, they would just be one big red ball, and I'd just kind of sweep through, and I'd get something like this here.
All right, here it comes. JMC2, JMC2. The white lips. This is for BAP. John's kicking some hiney on BAP. It's probably another 5 points. BAP is a program that is nationally recognized for breeding fish. If you're a member, you can join up. It's free, and we rank you as a fish breeder. So check it out. It's on the website. White lips. Who wants to start me off $5 for some white lips? I got 5 to Ray Becker. Oh, 6 over to Paul. Ray, 7. 8 to 7, 8 to Pat. 10. 11. 12. 15. 6, 20. Got 20 to Paul. Anybody? 20 go. 21, 25, 25, 30. These are really nice fish. I know what John brings the stuff in. There's 4 ones that are swimming and 2 that are belly up. $30. Nah, there's at least 6 in here. I got $30 to Paul, 35 to Pat. Looking at 35 going once, 40. 40 going once, twice, sold, Paul. CP4, white worms. Kelly Parker brought in some white worms. Easy to feed, just put a piece of bread right here on the netting. They come up, they eat. The more you feed them, the more they breed. Great fish food for small fish. Who wants to start me off with $1 for some white worms? I got $1 over here. I'm looking for 2. I got 2 over here. 2 going once, twice, sold $2. Ooh, assassin snails. Assassin snails, GMC4. I got at least 5 assassin snails in here. They will clean all your pest snails out of your tank. They breed too. These things are worth money. Who wants to start me off with $2? 2, I'll go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11 going once, twice, sold to Kellenberger. Ivory heads, M Lotto, BAP points, JMC1. Who wants to start me off at $5? I got 5 in the back, looking for 6. 5 going, 6. Looking for 7. 7. Looking for 8. 8. 9. 10. 11. 20. 20. 20, looking for 1. 21. 21 in the back. 22. 23. 20, 24. 24. 25. 25 looking for 6. 25 looking for 6. 20, 26. 26 looking for 27. 26 going once. 27. 27 to Ray. 27 going once. 28 to Henry. 30 to Henry. 30 going to Henry. Anybody else? Going once. Twice. $30 to Henry. It's a full betta with a nice gold fancy betta in here. He wants to start me off with $5 for the betta. Yeah, this betta, he's floating. Nah. I got $5 for a little betta tank. Look for 5 for a betta with the tank. 5, 5, 6. Looking for 7, 7. Looking for 8, 7. Looking for 8, 8, 10. 10. Going once, twice, sold $10. He wants to start me off at $2 for the waterfall. 2, 3. 3 looking for 4. 3 looking for 4. 3 looking for 4. 3, 4. 4 looking for 5. 5 looking for 6. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. 7 looking for 8. 7 going once, twice, sold $7.